Hey guys, Adam here from Lawn Hub and welcome back. Today I'm back at the old man's place. We're going to have a look at the green and how the Poachek application went. We're going to have a look at the T-block to see how the damage is repairing from the irrigation install, and we're also going to talk about what we're going to be applying this spring to make sure that you guys at home have the best looking lawn, so stick around. Alrighty guys, so we're going to start with the Tahoma 31 putting green here. So as you can see, we've had about an 85% kill rate from those 3 applications of Poachek, and as you can see, the rye apron is still intact. So very impressed with that product, especially being the first time I've used it. The one thing I would say I was not very happy about was the weather. Today the weather's beautiful, but after and during a couple of these applications, we did have some rain, so I think that did have a bit of an effect on the result. But as you can see, hardly any POA compared to what there was. Now, I did mention that the south sods were going to stay; they weren't going to die, so not too concerned about that. Other than that, the arch nemesis Kikuyu, there are a few areas starting to pop up right about now. So there's one just there, and there's one just there and there. So I'm going to have to deal with that pretty quickly, but probably wait until Reno, to be honest with you. And I do have some rye creeping in on the side of the green here. So again, I'll have to control that and sort that out. But moving on to the little test plot. So haven't mowed this at all this whole season, or this whole cold season. Weed suppression's been pretty good. There's been a few weeds pop up, which which is fine. I don't really have an issue with that because I didn't really treat it. But the one thing I do want to touch on is have a look at all this growth. This is all recent. This is like last 2 to 3 weeks sort of stuff. Like, that is really impressive. So I reckon I'll give this a quick mow today, just a quick touch up, and it is quite green. I think because you get a bit of heat reflect off the fence, but very happy with that. Kikuyu is still charging along, no issues with that. I'll go over to the T-block because I'll also show you how I finished off with the valve box install. So yeah, like I said, a bit of damage around the sides here. Just covered that in with some sand that we had left over. Yeah, this rye is really peaking at the moment. Give this a quick cut today as well. And then yeah, just the valve box installation. Yeah, so just a quick tap connector. And yeah, you just chuck that on at the beehive tap timer. So what I'll start with, we'll get started with the edges, whip a snip, edge, and then we'll mow the green, mow the Kikuyu, and mow the T-block. Wow guys, I really hope that does show up on camera really well, but wow, that has cleaned up this yard immensely. Like, that Tahoma green looks 1 million times better. Wow, so I actually cut that about a week and a half ago and it got a fair bit off just then, so really happy with that. The apron really starting to make those sharp lines, which is what I wanted when I oversowed the rye, as well as try and keep the Kikuyu out. Kaku looking mint. Managed to get a little mow in here on the Tahoma, so like really impressed with that. Bit discoloration, does not matter. But look at that green. And then we'll have a look at the T-block. That's come up nice and green too. So this will be having a big reno this year, coring, reseeding. I'll show you that whole process, but that's really good. Now, I've got some golf balls here, so I'm gonna set the camera up behind the green and I'll just do a couple of chips, see how we go. It's probably gonna be terrible, but look, that's why I'm here and not on the PGA Tour or the Live Tour, depending what you support. So let's get this down. All right, let's have a point to shoot at. So that orange ball is going to be my aiming point, and we've got some premium Big W special balls here, that's for sure. Let's have a look. Will he duff the first one? Well, on that note, that's pretty good. Who needs some Pro V1s, eh? Make sure you repair your divots. Look, out on the golf course, I would take all three of them. Righty guys, before we move on to the next part, I just want to show you something as well that really excites me. And that's the cherry blossom tree starting to blossom. That means here in South Australia, it's almost reno time, like so close, so close. But what do you need at reno time? Well, let's discuss that right now. Alrighty guys, so at reno time, there's 3 products, in my opinion, that will set your lawn up for the season. So first of all, you cannot go past Spartan pre-emergent herbicide. So I've banged on it before, last few episodes I've talked about it. The importance of a pre-emergent is to ensure that you don't get any unnecessary weeds, unwanted weeds popping up in your lawn. Now, in the winter time, that was winter grass. So had no winter grass in the Kaku at all because we applied product like Spartan, and we did have some winter grass pop up in the Tahoma green. So the difference was night and day. Now, during the summer, we're going to be looking out for weeds like paspalum, summer grass, and crow's foot. So those 3 are probably the biggest ones that a homeowner will get. There are others, of course, depending on the area that you live. But they're the main ones that we're trying to stop coming into summer. Now, of course, if you are planning to do an overseed, like a rye or a Kentucky bluegrass, or you've got a bent putting green, or some fescue, anything like that, it's obviously not going to work. So it's going to work in the sense of your seeds aren't going to germinate. So Spartan is probably not going to work for you in that situation. Whoa, B. But in most people's applications where you've got a couch lawn, whether that's Tiff Tuff, Santa Ana, what else is there? Tahoma, Sahara, South African couch, whatever the couch, Spartan will work. Kaku, buffalo, zoysias, all those sorts of warm season grasses are going to be fine to apply Spartan to prevent those summer weeds that I just mentioned. Now, the second product that I strongly recommend is a quality wetting agent. Now, all this was covered in, at the time this video releases about 2 or 3 weeks ago's weekly cut edition. I talk about the importance of a wetting agent, and in some situations, greenkeepers around the world consider a quality wetting agent is better, if not the same importance as a quality fertilizer. So the idea of a wetting agent, a quality wetting agent, is you're going to be able to get that water to pierce the surface of the lawn, get down and be able to get that water down into the roots where you need. It's also going to help with hydrophobic soil, which you get a lot in gardens where you pour a watering can on and the water just sits on top. This helps break that hydrophobic soil. You can also apply this with Spartan, help it get into the roots. It's also recommended that you do use a wetting agent for Spartan. So again, guys, when I discovered wetting agents, my whole lawn care game changed. The beauty about the Lawn Hub range is you have a liquid range and you have the granular range. So it really doesn't matter which one you use. If you want to, you want to add the BBW, for example, which is that fine granular material, you can add that into your, 6 to 8 week application of a fertilizer. You can add that into it to save your trip. Or if you're spraying a liquid mix and you're planning on watering it in, add wet to it. It's pretty much that simple. And that brings me on to item number 3, which is a Celiprin. So a Celiprin, I've been using in this lawn and my lawn for the last 4 to 5 years, and I haven't had any African black beetle damage, nothing. I've had nothing pop up in the lawn. And seriously guys, like a Celiprin, if you can only have one product out of the 3 that I'm talking about, you've only got enough in the budget for one, or you can only justify paying for one, a Celiprin's it in my opinion. You're gonna give your turf the best resistance against insects, especially African black beetle. You see it in the forums all the time, and especially around that November, December period, when people haven't applied their Spartan in the September, October period, and those larvae then turn into the African black beetle and they start causing major damage. That's when you're going to see the damage. You're not going to see it now at this time of year and think, oh, I might not have to apply it this year. Honestly, get it down now. Same as the Spartan and same as the wetting agent. So I was planning to do that whole thing today. It's just too windy, unfortunately. Got to read the directions on the label. And there's sections of this lawn that I don't want to apply Spartan to, being the apron, the little long area here in front of the cherry blossoms and the T-block. So not so much issue with the T-block, it's more if I was to spray around here. They're the 3 products that I believe and in my opinion are going to make your lawn just that much better during summertime. Alrighty guys, before I get hounded in the comments, because I know I will, Adam, you didn't talk about fertilizer. Well, fertilizer application all depends on the grass that you've got and what you're trying to achieve. So I've got a couple of buckets in front of me. Now, there's going to be a follow-up question to this, I know, and I'll address that in a second. But in front of me, I've got Mini Peel and Trojan. Yes, they're in the old buckets. Yes, that's Mini Peel, I know. Now I bought that before I started Lawn Hub. I bought about 4 or 5 buckets, so please don't shoot me, please. That is old stock, that's not new stock. I'm not hiding it in the warehouse, I'm not doing anything like that. The fact of the matter is, the last update I got from our supplier is the raw material has been ordered and they're awaiting new pricing. So that's all I've got for you. I'm sorry guys. I really wish it was in stock, ready for this season. I'm working on it, trust me. Just unfortunately, with everything going on in the world, it is what it is. Now, the difference between these 2. So Trojan is gonna be what I'd say, and based on sales, what 95% of our customers are gonna be after. It's a general fertilizer and it has a bit of a bigger prill size. So, and what I mean by prill means by the actual size of the granules. So if we put this on the lid, for example, right, so we've got quite a decent size prill there compared to Mini Peel, but that's going to be suitable for nearly, like I said, 95% of lawns around Australia. Now, if I put Mini Peel as comparison next to it, you can really see the difference in size. So it's much smaller compared to Trojan. Now, where you would use Mini Peel over Trojan is somewhere like the green here. You definitely use Mini Peel over Trojan because Mini Peel is going to make its way into the canopy of the leaf, into the soil, and water it in. If you did it with Trojan, it would stay on top of the leaf and it would cause burning, and that's obviously not what we want. So Trojan is the main source of fertilizer out here on the Kikuyu, and probably the T-block moving forward after I've used up all the got laid. But Mini Peel is going to be what I'm going to be using. And the green that's left of this bucket, you know, it's not much left, but it is what it is. And then I'll probably have to move on to plan B if Mini Peel isn't back in stock. So any of those two fertilizers is going to get you through the summer. That's why I didn't incorporate it into the 3 products, because people's applications of fertilizer are going to be different to others. Some people might want a different fertilizer in terms of they might have Kaiku and they want to use a Mini Peel. That's completely fine. But that's why I didn't specifically say everyone needs to buy Trojan, because Trojan is not going to work in every single scenario. It'll work in most, but not all. Alrighty guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more, because things are about to ramp up here. We're going to start pumping out some new content. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to the Weekly Cut, you do. So you may have seen some of our ads on Facebook and Instagram at the moment. Make sure you head to the website, you scroll all the way down, and there's a little pop-up, and you put your email address and you hit subscribe. That way you're going to get weekly lawn advice, you're going to get seasonal advice, you're going to get a weekly code that gives you a discount on the Lawn Hub website. Other than that, make sure you put down in the comment section below what you're most looking forward to this spring and what you're going to try achieve this summer. So I'll see you in the next one.